Hey, what's up gang? Kawaii50 here with another FGO video, and you didn't think I was going to forget about the best character on the first banner, did you? Because that would be a massive oversight on my part. Nope, we're going to talk about her, and that servant is of course Charlotte Corday Caster, or as Anastasia refers to as Char, which may go a little bit towards me liking her quite a bit. Completely unrelated to the rest of the contents of this video, but I felt it was absolutely necessary to mention. So, Charlotte Corday Caster, we're going over her best allies, craft essences, and command codes so you can make her a very powerful part of your team. Because while I thought when the servant was initially released on JP, I'm like, okay, that's an interesting concept, we're upping Charlotte's rarity. Maybe she'll be you know, as surprisingly good as her 2-star assassin counterpart. And wow, she actually is. Hopefully this video ends up helping you out. If it does, be sure to go ahead, like, and subscribe. Charlotte comes equipped with 1 quick, 3 arts, and 1 buster card with a single target arts noble phantasm. That's right, she is a caster through and through. Medea would be proud. Her max HP of around 12k is a pretty solid amount of HP, but her attack, as to be expected from a caster, is quite low, sitting in the 8400 range. Again, this is expected of the vast majority of casters, and Charlotte is actually able to circumvent this low attack and deal surprising amounts of damage. But that'll become apparent as we begin to go over her skills. Her NP per hit is pretty solid at a 0.53, with 3 to 5 hits on her arts cards and the ability to arts Brave Chain, plus, of course, the vaunted Castoria support. She's going to be able to get a fairly good refund. Her star absorption is a little bit on the lower end, but we have ways that we can go ahead and sort of circumvent that as well. This Illusionist has a lot of tricks hidden in her hat. Charlotte's first skill is Illusionist Imposter rank C+. This gives her 3 turns of 20 to 30% arts card effectiveness, gives all of her allies an evade, and also inflicts confusion on all of her enemies for 3 turns. This works fairly similarly to Abigail Williams' terror debuff. This ends up having a 30% chance to apply skill seal for 1 turn after each turn. Now, while you would initially think, yes, this servant is arts focused, I definitely want to max the arts effectiveness skill first, we are actually going to go ahead and max this last, just because the other 2 skills offer some unparalleled utility, as well as some incredible damage boosts that Charlotte herself is going to be able to benefit from. So the extra 10% arts card effectiveness, not nearly as important as it is on a lot of other characters. Charlotte's second skill is Haphazard Show Planning rank A. This has a 50 to 100% chance to skill seal an enemy for 1 turn. This is amazingly important and will become apparent shortly. It also gives her a chance to gain critical stars each turn, 5 to 10 stars a turn for 3 turns. That's basically a max limit broken fragment of 2030 at level 10. So the equivalent of a 5-star craft essence on the skill, very, very good. This also grants all allies, including Charlotte, a 20% noble phantasm strength boost for 3 turns. We are actually going to want to go ahead and max this skill second, just because we really need to increase the chance on that skill seal. Being able to consistently skill seal is absolutely necessary to making the most of Charlotte Corday Caster. And Charlotte's final skill is the incredibly surprising Stage Magician Angel rank EX. This increases her Noble Phantasm gauge by 20 to 30% and also increases an ally's Noble Phantasm gauge by 20 to 30%. This skill can target Charlotte, which would give Charlotte a 60% Noble Phantasm gauge steroid, something that we see that's incredibly useful on 5-star servants, but even then some of them only get 50%. So having one character able to instantly 60%, well, that is absolutely nutty. Not since the days of the likes of Criss or Medea have we seen something so cool. And she can even provide a little bit of support if need be, though more often than not, you're using this on Charlotte first and foremost. Definitely go ahead and max this skill first. When it comes to Charlotte's append skills, her first two are incredibly important. Extra attack boost, of course, increases all aspects of her extra attack card. This goes from damage to star generation to NP generation as well. So since Charlotte is going to be our main attacker when we use her, we are going to want to up this to increase her overall damage. Load magical energy, of course, is insanely important, granting a 10 to 20% NP gauge charge the second the battle starts, used in conjunction with a level 10 variation of Charlotte's final skill. This is an instant 80% Noble Phantasm gauge, no craft essence needed. So she will very easily be able to turn one Noble Phantasm, even without some of the most powerful supports in the game. She has plenty of opportunities to deal that damage that you are going to find out that she is known for. And speaking of damage, where does most of that come from? Of course, with casters, it's always got to be the Noble Phantasm.
これより一世一代驚愕愕然の大手品ご覧に入れましょうラ・フェーリケンニュイパンパカパーン大成功 V
And what you just saw was Charlotte's Noble Phantasm, which I am not even going to dare to pronounce because I am bad at French and you will absolutely destroy me in the comments. So if you have a phonetic way to pronounce that correctly, go ahead and let me know so I can attempt to learn. This Noble Phantasm deals 900 to 1500% damage to a single enemy and gains 20 critical stars no matter what. But it's the overcharge effect that really makes this Noble Phantasm special. This deals super effective damage to any enemy affected by Skill Seal. Now you see why that second skill is so important. If we are able to Skill Seal an enemy, Charlotte's Noble Phantasm is going to hit far harder than you ever could have dreamed a 4-star caster's level 1 even Noble Phantasm to end up hitting an enemy with. Since so much of Charlotte's damage is focused on her Noble Phantasm, this is one of those servants where every single Noble Phantasm level matters to making her more effective. If you really like Charlotte and if you desperately have decided that you need to whale and want to get NP5, well, the higher your Charlotte's Noble Phantasm level, the more effective she is going to be. So much of it hinges on this. When it comes to allies, Charlotte doesn't really have any crazy special niche supporters you really want to pull out in order to use with her. She is an art servant through and through, so if you have your double Castoria strategy ready to go, go ahead and use that as much as possible. That is going to be the best way you can maximize all of Charlotte's damage. Any single art supporter you can get to pump up Charlotte's damage is going to be who you want to use. Let's talk craft essences. Of course, this is a servant that is entirely focused on dealing the most damage with her Noble Phantasm. Where does that naturally lead us, FGO vets? That's right, the Black Grail. Still the absolute best option for increasing Noble Phantasm damage. This is what you're going to want to throw on your Charlotte if you are able to consistently get her to that maximum Noble Phantasm, and you can just watch her absolutely shred bosses whenever she's able to skill seal. If you're looking for a more freebie option, consider Ocean Flyer from the summer event. This grants arts card effectiveness, NP strength, and a starting NP gauge. If you max out Charlotte's skills, you don't even need this max limit broken to deal the highest amount of damage. She is just going to be able to Noble Phantasm turn 1 thanks to her append skills as well as her absolutely ridiculous third skill. I also want to give a special mention to Golden Sumo Boulder Tournament. Since her attack is naturally low, we want to find some way to pump that up for Charlotte, and Golden Sumo's 10 to 15% attack boost is a great way to do just that. Though you have to have been playing for a while in order to get this CE. Maybe they'll do a rerun someday. I also definitely want to give a special shout out to Charlotte's Bond CE, Illusion for You. This increases the damage of all allies against enemies inflicted with Skill Seal by 30% while she is on the field. In the event that you are lacking a Black Grail, really want to make the most out of that skill sealed turn, well, Charlotte's Bond CE could actually end up being pretty helpful, though I really wish they had given Bond CEs a higher HP and attack value, because it's still not great for the vast majority of characters. And finally, command codes. Charlotte's ability to generate a solid amount of critical stars actually makes her an excellent recipient for critical damage command codes, especially considering she has a passive ability to already increase her arts card's critical damage. So let's go ahead and lean into that with the command codes we select for her. Colonel Automaton can be an excellent pick, increasing critical damage as well as increasing the critical star absorption of the selected arts card. Heavenly Child of Karama is just a 20% flat boost on whatever card you end up putting on there, and that is going to be great for Charlotte's overall critical damage. The One Who Carries the Grandmother also grants a slight critical damage boost, but also allows Charlotte to recover a little bit of HP whenever she uses that card, and that can be a little bit helpful when it comes to sustain, though we're mainly using this for the critical damage. When it comes to Charlotte's other cards, we want to go ahead and focus more on a bit of utility. For her quick card, the standard star generation code is going to work best for her, so you can get the maximum amount of critical stars off of that. Code Glitter from the Friend Point Gacha is going to be your standard pick when it comes to this. And for the Buster card, we want to give Charlotte a little bit of utility, so you can go ahead and give her something like, say, White Vessel's Command Seal, or Code Cure from the Friend Point Gacha to cleanse debuffs on her, or if you're really going all in with Charlotte, give her something like the Merlin command code so she gets 10% charge whenever she uses that Buster card. Overall, gang, Charlotte Corday Caster is great and has an awesome ability to deal a surprising amount of damage. Whenever your enemies are skill sealed, Charlotte is just going to shred through those bosses, dealing an absolutely incredible amount of arts damage, maybe even killing them in that specific turn. However, outside of that turn where you end up skill sealing, Charlotte becomes a far more average caster, which is why we really want to focus on lowering the skill cooldowns of her skill seal ability whenever possible, so you can maximize her Noble Phantasm's damage. This is going to go a long way to making Charlotte a cornerstone boss slayer of your team. And considering both her rarity in comparison to Okita Soji's Saber, as well as her very, very interesting abilities, I honestly consider her the best character on the first summer banner. So if you're a Charlotte Corday fan, get as many copies as you can. But of course, I want to know what you all think, so let me know your thoughts on Summer Charlotte down in the comment section below. Let me know if there are any allies, craft essences, or command codes you think I might have missed, and let me know if she is your main target for this summer summoning, or if there's somebody else you already got, or if you are waiting for the next banner that is showing up, because I feel like a lot of people are mostly excited for that one. As you head down the comments, be sure to check out the Discord, the Patreon, and the Ko-fi. Huge thanks to everyone on all of those platforms for their support, and of course a massive thanks to all of you on YouTube who came to watch this video. Every little bit of support you provide, whether it's a like, a share, a comment, your views, all of that really, really helps, and it keeps me motivated to continue making these videos, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, gang, that's it for me, Kawaii50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day. I will see you all in the next one.